My dear lovely Aquarius, this is your horoscope for May 2024, and May will be an amazing month because Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness and expansion, changing the signs. And for you guys, it will change into your part of your chart, which is, responsible for love, true love, falling in love, dating, joy of life. That part of your life will become more happier, more luckier for you in the coming year, beginning from end of May until next year, June. But about Jupiter a little bit later, so stay with me until the end of the video. Let's begin step by step how May starts. Now May starts on 2nd of May by Pluto, planet of transformation that is in your sign. Retrograding, meaning moving backwards, meaning, simply speaking, it will not stop, of course, its influence while it's moving backwards, but it will be a bit of introspective mood, a bit of delayed messages, kind of, more relaxed kind of movement of this planet. So Pluto is one of the heaviest, let's say, karmic planets, and it's a planet of transformation. As the word says, transformation, in your sign, in the first house, it will transform you in the next 20 years when it will finally transit into your sign around November this year, because Pluto will retrograde for a half year, beginning from 2nd of May until 12th of October. And from 12th of October, it will move direct. And since then, around November, it will move into your sign permanently for 20 years. And it will never go back again into your 12th house, where it was for the last 15 years, transforming your relationship with your past, your subconscious mind. Maybe for the 15 years, you've been kind of in a psychological area, mental kind of state area, prioritizing your mental state. And Pluto taught you how to do that, how to heal your traumas, how to heal your wounds, because Pluto likes to do that. He likes to bring all the, let's say, ugly things that we have. And 12th house, where it was transiting for the last 15 years, is the house of, those traumas where we hide everything. This is the house, behind the doors house of our chart, like whatever is happening, behind the curtains, where no one sees us, what we do, like whatever we do at night, whatever we do, alone. And all sorts of traumas, all sorts of secrets, because 12th house is the house of secrets too. And Pluto was retrograding for the last 15 years. That house, it was transforming you and giving you all that, let's say, bundle of flowers that consisted of all your traumas, all your secrets, all the things that you would like to hide. And Pluto also taught you how to deal with those things, how to deal with your subconscious mind, how to deal with your psychological state, mental state. Maybe you've been through some sessions, let's say psychological or mental health, kind of supporting that part of yourself, or even like on your spirituality journey. 12th house, all that house, because it's a mystical, invisible house of our chart. So here also 12th house also indicated like by astrology, spirituality, numerology, all these kind of esoteric kind of subjects. So you might have been interested in those things, and you've kind of heavily got invested in those things, and it might be that you've made those things your main profession or your occupation, and since last 15 years you are now, let's say, well-known or renowned astrologer. And 12th house is also religion, and Pluto also gave you, I guess, some lessons, might have transformed your thoughts, your take in this kind of subject like religion, in what kind of concepts you believe. It does not necessarily to be a religion, but it might be any other concept, so that you believe in some kind of things. And so Pluto here is greatly kind of transformed you, regarding your beliefs, regarding your spirituality, regarding your mental health, subconscious mind, all those things is under 12th house. But now Pluto will be retrograding in your first house, because Pluto entered your house in January this year so that it will retrograde, and during moving backward, it will dip back for the last time in our lifetime in your 12th house, that exactly same house where it was transforming for the last 15 years. And those of you who are born like the last period of Aquarius season, who has some planets, personal planets in that degrees of the last degrees of Aquarius, then you will be most, let's say, getting the messages of Pluto when it will dip back during this retrograde. That will be happening from 2nd of May until 12th of October into your 12th house. But then it will go back when it will move forward, move direct. It will go back into your house, first house, to transform it and never go back in our lifetime to your 12th house. But you yourself, first house, what is it? It is our appearance, how we portray ourselves to the world, how world sees us, how we want the world to see us, what we want to show them. And it's also hairstyle, body weight, it's also how you look like, maybe makeup or maybe plastic surgeries. Many of you gonna, guys, do those things during next 20 years, because Pluto will greatly transform and enhance how you look. And actually it's more about the thoughts that you have about your look. So it might be giving you transformation on your relationship with your look and with yourself, so that you will kind of manifest it into real life actions, like, let's say, plastic surgeries, or changing completely, I don't know, style, like hairstyle, or how you wear clothes, what kind of clothes, and all these things. First house is also house of name, surname, like how people call you, or even your nickname, and it might be next 20 years, for the next 20 years, your surname or name will change, and how people call you will change. Your nickname will change. People might be calling you now differently from now on. When Pluto will move into your first house for the next 20 years, it will happen around November, but for now it's retrograding. So it's like kind of in your first house, it's retrograding, and it's kind of giving you some thoughts, to think deeply. And oh, guys, sorry, this was just some siren. I don't know. I opened the window today, and all of a sudden everything is just loud outside. Now, okay, let's continue. So first house is also house of who we are at core, who you are, what side of yourself you want to show to the world, your plans, your priorities, your wishes. It's all about me house. It's all about me, myself, and I. And first house, Pluto retrograding in that house, it will keep giving you all that, kind of deep transformational thoughts, and even situations when you will be a lot thinking about, it's kind of a background kind of play. So you will be a lot of thinking about those topics that I mentioned just now, like your plans, your priorities. Maybe you totally shifting them, totally changing them. Now you've been, I don't know, for the last 15 years a doctor, let's say, and now you want to be artist, or totally different thing, or you want to go to live in a village, or to live in, I don't know, in Europe or in Asia. So your plans and priorities are shifting, and who you are at core is also transforming, my dear Aquarius. Now, next we have new moon on 8th of May in your house of family, my dear Aquarius. Now, those of you who are born around 5th of February and plus or minus 5 days will be affected the most by this new moon, because it will happen at 18 degrees of Aquarius. Of course, all of you guys will get some messages, but those who are born around 5th of February will be under scrutiny of this new moon the most. And new moon is from the word new, right? New story, new kind of situation is happening in the beginning of May. Allow new moons, or any new moons and any full moons, allow 10 days, like 5 days before it appears and 5 days after it appears, like from in this case 3rd of May until 13th of May, because new moon is happening exactly on 8th of May. And just some of us usually get the messages exactly on that day, but most of us will get messages gradually, during these 10 days while it is appearing. So new moon will be supported by Saturn, planet of transformation and planet of time and discipline, one of your rulers, my dear Aquarius. And it will be situated in your house of income, earning money house, financial house. Now, it seems like, new moon is, as I said, it's about new beginnings, and it's a family. It might be that you are forming your own family, like getting married, or even giving a birth, or even getting a news that you are pregnant, like finding yourself that you're in this kind of situation, or you are, let's say, being proposed to, or you are proposing, because happening in your fourth house. Fourth house is the family, either the one that we build ourselves or the one that we come from. And it might be anything. So it all depends to your situation, right? I will give you a few examples what might happen, but not all of them will happen. Just try to think around this kind of topic, what this new moon might bring to you into your life, in particular your life, my dear Aquariuses. Now, here some of you will get married, some of you will will give birth, will have or adopt a baby, or it's kind of expansion. So new chapter is beginning in your family, so building a family. Also, for house is also like family composition, like number of people in your family is changing. In this case, it's a new moon. It seems like it might be someone is joining your family, and that you call that person a family member now. Like, let's say your brother is getting married or sister is getting married, and their husband or wife is now new member of your family. Or your kid is getting married, and now your kid's husband or wife also your family member. So kind of a number of people changing here. Or someone is going, for example, study, and they are moving out from house. But because this is new moon, it's more likely that some like numbers will add up, not the vice versa. So here, plus Saturn is making amazing support to that new moon from your second house. It also might be about your real estate. Now, some of you guys might be concentrated on real estate matters. If it's not about family, then it could be real estate, because four houses also covers real estate, whatever, type of real estate, like house, apartment, I don't know, bungalow, or what the area where you live, the situation where you live. So that is your real estate, place, like some sort of house. And involving money from Saturn here, it seems like you might be buying a house or apartment, or moving into a new kind of renting out some your place, or yourself renting it, or some sort of new place you're moving in. It could be, or it might be also you selling here by this new moon, your real estate kind of, or you're changing papers. It might be that, but most possibly that you are buying an apartment in real estate, or at least you're looking for around this new moon. And you will have great suggestions by real estate agent if you do so around this new moon. And it seems like you might be doing so, my dear Aquarius. Fourth house is also a house of immigration and citizenship. That's why I'm saying moving in as well, because for some of you who are busy with immigrating totally to some other country or continent or even city, this new moon will bring that movement that you wished for so long. And just so you know, you're probably going to stay in wherever place you're moving, immigrating for a long time there, so that because Saturn is the time of, planet of the time, no joke with that planet. And new moon here, immigration, giving you the gift of immigration. Seems like you are ready. If you've been preparing, all the documents are set, everything is set, you bought the tickets and everything, and now you're moving. This could be happening around beginning of this May. So you might be immigrating to some any other country, or even getting these documents about immigration, like passport, obviously, like work permit from other country, to actually start your immigration process, or getting a totally, let's say, different citizenship, or second citizenship, or third. I heard many people do that, no? So it could be that as well with this new moon in your fourth house, because fourth house covers all these things. If you say, oh no, all these things doesn't relate to me, it might be about your parents' life, because fourth houses covers also parents' life, and especially your mother's life. Now, here might be like some news happening around your mom's life, like she is buying, let's say, apartment or a house, or moving into a new place, or moving out from your place, or vice versa, moving into your place, or immigrating to another city, let's say, country, moving to another city, or getting a second citizenship or another citizenship. Or it might be actually she's helping you to buy this kind of apartment, real estate, any sort of. Or also it might be that she's getting married or giving birth, to your new sibling. It might also happen. One of my friends, got this kind of situation in the past. Now, these are all possibilities, I may not see your personal natal chart, my dear Aquarius, but so you keep in mind, I'm trying to give you, topics so that you actually think, what could it possibly be with this new moon coming into your life, my dear Aquarius. Now, Mercury on 15th of May will also make a move into this fourth house that I mentioned, that new moon appeared. Now, Mercury is a full force direct now, unlike in April when it was retrograding, moving backwards, giving us all sorts of delays and mixing up all the numbers, tickets and flights and canceling all the concerts and all the stuff. But now in May, Mercury is full force direct. That's how we need Mercury, for us to sign papers. And if your case is about real estate and signing papers, then go ahead, because Mercury is full force and you have a green light from universe, my dear Aquarius, to sign those papers, because Mercury rules signing documents, signing contracts, and it's a communication planet. And on 15th May, it will hit your 4th house. Or it might be about your family. You will be a lot, in communication with your family, like chit-chatting, even those family members that you haven't seen for a long time, like your relatives. Maybe you will gather up for some kind of family event, like, I don't know, wedding, birth of your kid, or your brother's kid, or sister's child, or I don't know, aunt's birthday. Something like might be happening here around 15th of May, in this new moon that appeared on 8th of May. So allow it 10 days, plus or minus 5 days. So this new moon message will come into your life, my dear Aquarius. The second half of the May will be much, much buzzing for you and interesting, my dear Aquarius, especially for those of you who are single and, were wishing to meet someone special and one and only. Because Sun, Venus, and Jupiter, these three benefic planets, meaning they are angels of the universe, they are always bringing happy surprises, happy news, happy events and situations and blessings into our lives. And guess what? They will all move into your joy house of love for life and for yourself, and house of true love. 5th house, Sun will move there on 20th of May, and Venus 3 days after on 23rd of May, and Jupiter, the biggest, happiest planet of the universe, the biggest angel, guardian angel, on 26th of May. Now, Jupiter changing signs, it's a very big transit in astrology, very big thing. All the astrologers will be telling you this, because Jupiter stays usually a year in a sign, showering that sign with gifts and abundance, happiness, because Jupiter is that lucky planet. To see where in our life we are more lucky and happier, we should check where the Jupiter is. And in your case, my dear Aquarius, it will move into your 5th house of love, true love, my dear Aquarius. Isn't it amazing news? I'm so happy for you. Now, especially those of you who've been wishing to meet someone special. And, Jupiter was spent last year in your house of home. That, area of your life was much, let's say, got luckier and happier. And, you've done a lot of things there. Even some of you bought and sold apartments and real estate, or maybe mended their relationship with their parents and some relatives. Or there were a lot of going on in your family, like new members joining and all these things, and immigration things, documents, citizenship. It was all that kind of lucky for you part of life, my dear Aquarius. But from 26th of May, when Jupiter moves into your 5th house, it will stay until June 2025. A whole year, it will be, showering you with love, because 5th house rules love, rules romance, rules flirting kind of area. And if you're single, of course, and if you've been, for those of you, it's an amazing news. It will give you that love. And Venus, planet of love and beauty, is also on 23rd of May will be in your 5th house. That's a double dip of luck, my dear Aquarius. This second half of May and June is set to be your, day that you're going to meet a one and only and kind of, start dating. Also, 5th house is a house of children. For, those of you who've been wishing to have children, this will be an amazing year for you. Until next year, June, you have that support from universe in the face of Jupiter to, let's say, get pregnant, to do that, let's say, even in vitro, and adopt a kid. I may not know what is your situation, but the point here is that 5th house rules your house of children, So whatever is related to your kids, if you have them, this is also for you, my dear Aquarius. Then it will be much luckier and happier area with your kids and children. Maybe this will be the year of their achievement, that you will be extremely and double happy for them. No, it might be that they will, get a lot of abundance and happiness from Jupiter, and that will make you, of course, happy too. Now, 5th house is also a house of love for yourself, as I said, and love for your life. You will get so much how to say, sunshine in your life, that I think you will be too much busy with loving your life, you know, and being so confident and being so, let's say, lovely and loving yourself, that life will seem to you as a dream. Until next June, my dear Aquarius. So of course, after that, it will be the stay same, but Jupiter will move to another sign. But about that next year, maybe. Now, fifth house, also house of business. Those of you who've been wishing to become an owner, business owner, open a business, open that shop of, shop, or open that online store, or open any sort of business, actually. Jupiter will help you to do that. And many of you will become actually entrepreneurs, my dear Aquariuses. It seems like Jupiter will give you that confidence to become actually business owner and open your business, and it will actually bring your luck if you do so, my dear Aquarius. So from universe, you have all that support to do that. And fifth house is also a house of creativity, my dear Aquariuses. Now, those of you who are actors, dancers, singers, and what else, any sort of artists like photographers, models, this will be extremely lucky year for you, my dears, because then you will have the chance. Jupiter will expand your abilities, expand your reach, expand your, showcase your talent to the whole world, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Whatever it touches, it makes it bigger. So you will find that amazing agent, like to showcase your talents, to make you famous, to show your skills to the world, your creativity, your talent, and for some of you, it might be just hobbies that will become your main profession during next year, my dear Aquarius. If you've been wishing so, Jupiter is already kind of hitting you and telling you, go, 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 show that to the world, and I will help you to reach millions of people, my dear Aquarius. That's Jupiter's promise for you for the whole next year. I mean, starting from this May. It could be also, you might discover new talent in yourself as well. Jupiter will show you what you're capable of, what beautiful things you can create, and it will show you, and it will give you those skills even. It will, it will push you to go and shine, actually, to be the star, my dear Aquarius. Amazing, amazing placement for you. Now, May will finish up by full moon on 23rd of May in your house of wishes and friendships. Full moon, usually they are about conclusion. They're about endings. They usually bring some situation to the logical end. So they bring some sort of resolution, solution, or the last kind of sentence. And they usually, other way to, act for the full moon is like to put, it's like a big bulb of light, to put attention, to shine over some situation or information or some kind of event in your life that you've been ignoring, or you've just not noticed, so you haven't been even noticing it. And full moon will bring to you that situation into your immediate attention. Now, let's see, where is that full moon happening? It is happening in your house of friendships and wishes. And that full moon will be supported by Pluto, planet of transformation, from your first house. That will be retrograding. And, it seems like some kind of switching plans, some sort of future plans, future wishes are changing, and it seems like you're dropping some sort of ideas that you've previously had, it might be, and now you are switching your attention to something else, or you're just making peace with some ideas that you had before, and now you're dropping them, and you telling yourself that, okay, that's not what I want to do, that's not my thing, and I came to the conclusion that I won't proceed with that. It might be this kind of things happening because Pluto is in your first house. It's giving you a lot of transformation. And this full moon will show you also your hopes and wishes as changing, For some of you, it might be about friendships, your social circle, your, social clubs, groups that you belong to. 11th house is that expansive house, like all that sort of people, all surrounding people that we are member to. And like clubs, groups, and friendships, social circles. And it might be that some social circle is shutting the doors or you shutting the doors of them, You might exit some sort of social clubs, stop being a member, or you might decide for yourself, let's say, if you've whole life, let's say you've done tennis, you've played tennis, and now you say, no, that's not what I want to do next in my life. And you're saying bye-bye to all this friendship circles as well. I mean, you will be probably still in contact, but not as much as you did before, or even like exiting some groups and social circles and friendship circles even. Some of your friends might also how to say, exit your life usually. And it could be that it will be, actually, it might be amicable decision. For example, your friend is moving away somewhere to study, or she's getting married, or she's just immigrating somewhere else to some other country or continent, and she's away now from you, let's say, or he's away from you now, your best friend, let's say, and that person will not be part anymore of your immediate social circle, my dear Aquarius. This is a story for some of you. And some of you, it might be about some events, shows, big kind of events, because 11th house is like social events, like concerts. It seems like you might go into some kind of concert, or you might actually stop giving concerts. If you are in the creativity area, like singing, you might kind of pause by this full moon your tour, let's say, or performances. This might also happen. 11th house is also house of internet and social media and popularity. Now that's an amazing, because full moon in popularity house, it seems like you will get a new wish as to become a popular, or to be more on social media, or it could be vice versa. You might stop, you might, let's say, delete all social media. You might decide for yourself that that's, let's say, you don't want to have any social presence, online presence, and you might just close all your accounts and delete all your accounts. It might also happen. Otherwise, vice versa, for some of you might happen that you will open this world of social media for yourself with this full moon, and you will make an account for yourself, and you will make a wish to become popular and famous. And 11th house is house of harvesting the results, like you are getting maybe a title, a prize, a recognition for the work you've done. Well, it might be that you are receiving something around this 23rd of May, some sort of prize for your effort, for your achievement, and for your work, also for your skills. Because Pluto naturally rules your 10th house, and 10th house is about social status. It's about career. It might be at work. You're let's say promoted, getting a position or a new title, or like some sort of prize, or best, let's say, employee of the year, or this kind of things. It might be. This full moon might bring for you recognition for your work, my dear Aquariuses. And lastly, I would like to mention that Sun will join forces with Jupiter and Uranus in your 4th house of family, that I mentioned previously, between 13th of May until 20th of May. Those days will be the luckiest for you. Mark those days in your calendar, because planet of surprise, your ruler, my dear Aquarius, is here, might bring you surprises from your family, and it will be happy surprises and happening in your 4th house. It might be even about real estate, or your family members, or citizenship and immigration, or about your mom's life. Some big surprises are due, and those days will be the luckiest for you to actually, if you have some plans around those topics, to actually execute those things around those days. You will be extremely lucky, and universe will support you. Now, this was your horoscope for May, my dear Aquarius. Make sure to check your rising sign and the moon sign too, because those are equally important to get the fuller picture of the month, because we all consist of 3 signs, right? So make sure to check those 2 signs too. Love you all. Bye bye.